Electrical.
Or through your computer, please click on the raised hand button. For those joining us through the call-in feature, please press *9. This will notify our moderator, Mr. Randy Dunster. We have a comment from one of our virtual attendees, and he will let me know that you wish to speak. I will then have him unmute you. When you speak virtually, also please state your name and address. Please join me for the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Daughter, can I say it too?
Alright, roll call please.
Commissioner Soderquist.
Present.
Commissioner Whaley. Present. Commissioner Cheney.
Present.
Commissioner Sharp.
Present.
Mayor Becker.
Present. Your agenda, if you have a copy, will say anniversary reflection for 250. We concluded those the last meeting in June before the 4th of July. If there had been something interesting after today, I would have told you that. We have 4 items that are consent this evening. First is approve the minutes not for the July 6th meeting, but our special budget meeting this afternoon. We're provided the minutes by the clerk at 5:19, provided by commissioners. To approve the report of new claims and approving disposition of claims set for the period of July 7th, 2026 to July 20th, 2026. Approve the use of Central Avenue between 7th and Main Street on August 16th, 2026 for the farm work event. And approve the SDL, Special Designated License for the event. And fourth, to approve the parking exception on Sylvan Road for the Pro Farmer event to be held on August 18th, 2026 from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. Any item commissioner would like to go down for discussion on new business? This time I move for passage of all. Roll call please.
Commissioner Cheney.
Yes.
Commissioner Sharp.
Yes.
Commissioner Whaley. Yes. Commissioner Soderquist.
Yes.
Mayor Becker.
Yes. Appointments and announcements. Director, if you'd introduce our newest apparatus engineer, Spencer.
Ryan back there in the back. Just want to introduce our new fire apparatus engineer, Spencer Byer. Spencer came to us in late April, early May. He's from Sydney, Iowa. He actually took my place, so he's really important. He's grown up around the fire station, been, what, 8 years old? 8. But his father is also a firefighter over in Sydney, so anything you want to add, sir?
That about so.
Not very good, exciting, no. But anybody, Spencer Byer?
Chief Record will be followed by Chief Murray.
You want to just introduce me? I'll walk
Yeah.
up.
You're gonna take all of us to get you money. That's what we're here. We'll bring Sanford back in, but Sanford actually comes to us. Him and Spence have a lot in common. They sleep a lot. As you know, Sanford can already say the Pledge of Allegiance. You guys got to be in on part of that. But he comes to us. He's through donations completely. He's completely funded through donations. Was provided to us as a mental health crisis support dog. He has been in use since he's been here for a few weeks. Been out in the community, starting to get out in the community a little bit. He hangs out here at the police department with us. I'm pretty sure on the first day he walked in, he walked around to all of us. He sighed real big and fell over. So we broke him on the first day, but after a few weeks, he's looked up bus tickets back to Bend, Oregon, where he came from. Yeah, he's a pretty awesome addition to us. He's one of those, he's been trained to go out and approach as well. We're still doing training with him, doing some of the training that when we bring him back, that as you can see, there's some things you have to do. Large crowds, he does get a little excited about that, so as you can tell, ready to go talk to people nicely or what? So, but he is trained a little bit, and I'll let Captain Odom kind of explain what he does. If he does it, he'll let you guys. But, he's trained to seek out those at high stress, the cortisol, and, so that's why when during a budget meeting, we couldn't let him work in here. But, he comes to us and he's a great addition to our department, completely, like I said, funded by donations from the community and those around, so we believe he'll be a huge asset to the community. Sanford, anything you'd like to say? We appreciate it, just wanted you all to meet Sanford, and you'll be seeing him around in different locations throughout town, so don't be afraid to come up and pet him, he's actually a pretty social dog. It is his quitting time, so he might be angry.
Angry.
All right. Yeah, don't clap.
We're now moving to public hearings. I'll now open the public hearing on the Citizens Advisory Review Committee semi-annual report.
Good evening. I have a lot of voice, it's fine. Lisa Walker, Economic Development. Providing an update on the Nebraska City Growth Fund, today also known as the LB 840. So just a brief, I do want to point out that this was initially supposed to be for the July 6th meeting, so the information that you have is not up to date per se, but it's not that out. So we did just renew 3 of our Kirk members, Vaughn, Gloria, and Gina. So they are on the committee through 2029, and then Brenda is through December of 27, and Jim is through December of 2028. So we're all full there. We do have a pretty big renewal coming up at the end of the year in November. So the LB 840 is set up to be on a 10-year span, and that 10 years is up. So this is something that goes to the public for vote, and we do hope that it continues. We hope that the citizens of Nebraska City choose to renew this. This will be our 21st through 30 years, and I believe it has been very successful. Again, these funds go out as loans or potential forgivable loans or grants to businesses and various entities that are trying to expand and do services for the community, and therefore to expand our economic ventures. So as you guys all know, the language was, and the plan was approved on June 15th. And we are planning to start the public campaign. However, it is a bit of an expensive process, and we are still working on fundraising to do the radio advertising and the signage and all the things that we need to do. So anyone who wants to make a donation to that, please come and talk to me. As for the fund itself, again, this was for July 6th. At that time, we had $610,008.05. The most recent allocations were to the Nebraska City Museum Association for their annual fund for $36,000, and then for the flowers on Central Avenue and the baskets, the bump outs, that was a $37,339 allocation, which left $536,669.05. To give you a review of the loans that have actually been given, loans and grants that have been given out over the last year. The Nebraska City Museum Association, there are 2 there. That's just because of the time that they came in. The first one in 2025 was 30, and again this year was 36,000. NCADC for the housing study took an $11,000 grant. Nixon Enterprises, which is Jimmy John's, took $125,000, and the Root, which will hopefully be opening up in the next month or so, took $115,000. As for outstanding loans, there are currently 11 with a balance of $1,345,316.68, and total payments as of May 31st were $675,446.16. And we do have 2 loans that are coming due this year. One is the Prairie City Chop House and Gregory Welding.
else present who would like to speak on the LD 840 semi-annual report? Roll call. I move that we close the public hearing on the superintendent's advisory review for the semi-annual report. Second for the discussion. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Sharp?
Yes.
Commissioner Osowski?
Yes.
Commissioner Whalen? Yes. Commissioner Cheney?
Yes.
Bennett?
Yes. I'll now open the public hearing on the use of $45,000 as a road fund loan to Lent Appliance Repair.
My name's Jeff Lant. Address is 5362 Road. We are recipients of one of these low interest loans. We were here 3.5 years ago, initially for our store opening, so halfway through that loan. And I guess maybe what this process has done for maybe it's 3.5 years into the store, we decided that we wanted to open an appliance repair division, and there were these expenses with that. But I knew that there was a need in the community. We've known that for a lot of years. My challenge was just figuring out how to make it happen. To start funding somebody that could start in this position before you had the income generated to pay for that person. It's like appliance van, tools, rack for the van, initial salaries. These are all things that we had to figure out how to come up with. This is part of the reason that we're here. We are 6 weeks into operating in this now. We hired Danny Berg from Omaha. He just moved this last weekend to Nebraska City. We found each other over the internet several months ago. He posted on Facebook. It just makes sense to start an appliance repair business in Nebraska City. I called him because this was in that moment on my mind, and he didn't answer, but he called me back the next morning, and we had a 3-hour meeting the weekend after that, and he had told me that he said, I really have no interest in starting a business, but he says, this is what I know. He said, I don't know the business side, but I know appliances. And he said, I've been trying to figure out for 3 years how to get our family moved to Nebraska City. He married a Nebraska City girl. So it was really just a perfect fit. That was supposed to be the hard part, was finding somebody that could do this. But it fell into place, and it happened to be that he wanted to be here, and so that piece was taken care of, and now we're at the point of trying to figure out the system funding of that. But we have obviously started, we were able to contribute to some of this personally. But we were working to make that cash flow positive. And so far in these 6 weeks, has proven or shown to be something that is has been beneficial both to the community and comments that I hear, but also to the store. Seeing how cash flows have worked better even in these 6 weeks since that division started. These two businesses together are proving something that works. What questions do you have for me?
Already out in the application. He's up and running and doing jobs.
Yes, he had 6 of them today.
Lisa Walker, Executive Director for the Nebraska City Area Economic Development Corporation, here to give you the recommendation from the CARC committee that met on June 23rd. I do think that this is a story of success for this program, and you know, we want business, but we also want more people to move here. So, yeah, very excited that this is taking place. So the recommendation is to provide a loan in the amount of $45,000 to Land Appliance Repair with a forgiveness of up to 50%, which is a total of $22,500. This would be based on 2 things. The first one, after 12 months, which would be August 2027, 25%, which is $11,250, will be forgiven if the technician position is retained and appliance repair gross revenue reaches $90,000. The second term would would be after 24 months, an additional 25%, again in the amount of $11,250 will be forgiven if one additional full-time position is added anywhere in Lance store, not just the repair. So Lant hardware and Lant appliance repair, and there's a combined new revenue, which would be the repair plus appliance sales would reach $250,000 in gross revenue. The loan would start on August 1st. Payments would begin on September 1st, 2026. And I will read your mind and say, yes, there is enough money to cover this loan.
Well, you just told us that.
I know, I just want to repeat it. Any questions for me? Okay, thanks.
Is there anybody else present who would like to speak in favor of the application?
My name is Jim Coon, proud citizen of Nebraska City. I live 1721 First Corso, apartment 2. I'm very much for this. I'm on the CART committee. This is something Nebraska City's needed for a long time. This is what LB 840. I looked it up the other day in an encyclopedia, and there was a chest picture in there. So that's what LB 840 is all about, and I'm very much in favor of it, especially with some of the confines I'm asking it to be redone. Some of it removed is some of the big numbers that he's very much in favor. Thank you.
Anybody else present who would like to speak in favor of the application? Anybody present who would like to speak opposed to the application? I move that we close the public hearing on the use of $45,000 as a road fund loan to Lant appliance repair. Second, further discussion?
Commissioner Whalen?
Yes.
Commissioner Sharp?
Yes.
Commissioner Cheney?
Yes.
Commissioner Osowski?
Yes.
Mayor Dugan?
Yes. All. I'll move on to reports. First, the monthly progress report from Good Life Ag LLC.
Thank you. Keel Vanderveen, 750 64th Road. Appreciate you having us here. We've spent the last month kind of on parallel paths. A big chunk of our team is working through the preliminary and final replat process, looking towards August for next step in that process as well as use. The other portion of our team, which is a relatively small team, me and two of the other guys have been focused on securing additional supply, across species, as well as additional operating agreements. We have secured a guarantee of supply out of Bristol Bay, Alaska seafood. And there's only really a few players up there, so if we take a swing, we really have a couple chances. Pretty happy about that. Due to that, we've had to remodify a couple of lines of equipment. So instead of just sanded lines, there is a light fish and manual line now. Cod and halibut's almost entirely manual. You've never seen them, they're flat. So those capabilities will help serve customers throughout the Midwest and ensure pulling trucks go out. So we also have partners in town earlier today. I took them to the site. Should have, by the end of next month, our main funding partners. Questions for us?
Still expecting an announcement on ground. Date in the future?
Yes, so essentially we can't make that announcement until we have permission to use it. Maker says it's bad business to do it before. Also, they're holding back the big check until. Thank you for understanding.
Very time, please. Number 10, Treasurer's Monthly Report on City and Utility Financial Holdings.
Treasurer's report, as of June 30th, 2026, the total city funds, $9,795,850.01. Those city funds, $9,566,950.01. $3,078.14. Total city and utility funds combined, $2,358,928.15. The general fund reserve percentage, 30th is currently 22.
First time it's been more than 20% this year. Questions on the treasurer's report? Move on to city administrator's monthly report on departmental activity and budget status.
Okay, fairly short and sweet, we're 75% of the way through, or 9 months. Did hear today that our latest sales tax numbers came in above, last year's numbers, about 40,000 above what they were last year, so that puts us about 35,000 above where we were this time last year, so pretty decent rally this last month. Was concerned because the 2 prior months have been pretty flat, if not a little bit behind previous years, so we hope that continues, obviously, into the next couple of months to finish out the year. Looking at the budget, we are just under 72% expended, so 75% of the way through. It's a number I like to see where we're under. Just got to continue that through the last few months. Again, I can't say enough, the department heads are doing really well, so I commend staff on that. And then for the revenue side of it, we're a little under that, but we're just collect, I think I say this about every month for the last few months, where the property tax revenue starts coming this time of year, and some of our other revenue sources come in, so I'm terribly concerned about being a little under that 75 mark. Something to keep an eye on, but things are holding steady, if not going in the right direction to close out the year. Time right now is being spent between myself, staff, just working on budgets. We started those meetings today, first workshop. We will continue tomorrow morning at 8:30 for those who are interested in sitting through budgets. Getting out just to the week at 8:30, so stop by. Love to have you. And through this, we fill out what's called the APA sheet for the state. Some of the numbers will continue to be updated. They're just critical components to what we do this time of year. This week is very, very big. Because we hear from, the public, we hear from the staff, and we just have a good overall view of what's going on in the budget, down to pretty much every line item. So again, we're going to continue through that, and as soon as we wrap it up, whatever recommendations from the council and staff, we'll go back and plug in our numbers and try and finalize our budget, get it tightened up and ready for approval. So, are there any questions?
This time, the council will acknowledge receiving the utility financial report for the period ending May 31st, 2026, and acknowledge receiving utility funds for the period ending June 30th, 2026. Manager John Boris, Preston, any questions from the board? Moving on to new business. Resolution 3010-26, authorizing the use of $45,000 as growth fund loan compliance repair.
Resolution 3010-26, to use funds from the Nebraska City Growth Fund in accordance with the City of Nebraska City Economic Development Plan. Whereas the City of Nebraska City has received growth funds through the City of Nebraska City Economic Development Plan created pursuant to the Local Option Municipal Development Act, LD 40. Whereas growth funds for economic development are allowed to be used for remaining funding awards to eligible businesses in accordance with the City of Nebraska City Economic Development Plan, programs, and governing regulations. Whereas an in-home and commercial appliance repair service at the end of May 2026 as an extension the existing operations of Branch Hardware Incorporated, providing appliance repair service to Nebraska City and surrounding communities within a 25-mile radius, not previously available locally. Whereas the Citizens Advisory Review Committee recommended approval of a loan application by an eligible business for a partially forgivable loan in the amount of $45,000 with principal forgiveness up to 50%, contingent upon achievement of certain job retention, job creation, and revenue benchmarks, more particularly set forth in the loan conditions attached here too. Whereas the city council of Nebraska City conducted a public hearing upon the proposed use of growth funds. Therefore, be it resolved by the city council of Nebraska City that the obligation of growth funds is approved as applied in the amount of $45,000, subject to the loan conditions attached here too. The mayor is hereby authorized to execute all necessary appropriate documents on behalf of the city of Nebraska City Economic Development Program to complete the project funding the land appliance repair contingent upon approval of the city attorney as to. Thank you.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 301026, authorizing the use of $45,000. Motion and a second, further discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Cheney? Commissioner Sharp?
Yes.
Commissioner Whalen? Yes. Commissioner Sosky?
Yes.
Mayor Beckett?
Yes. Mayor?
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Keep moving people with that. All right, moving on to new business, item 15 and 16, both ordinances, we're still awaiting finalization of city attorney. As previously directed by the council, for staff to draft these. We don't have them on hand, so we'll have to table both those items until we get finalized ordinances. Item 17, the petitioner asked that we table that item regarding the small portion of land, so he personally requested that we table today. Item 18, discussion / action to approve the SDL application. Tap house to be held outside the city limits, so we will pass that application to county commissioners for their approval rather than trying to usurp their authority. Item 19 will be discussion / action regarding the offer to purchase the rural workforce housing property located at 1704 Morgan Drive.
Marty Stovall, Construction Facility Manager. So we have an offer on the home that we've just recently completed at 1704 Morgan Drive, and would like to present that to the council. A request of discussion.
What's the first offer? No, they offer. Okay. Should take this out. This time I move that we go into closed session. I move the council go into closed session for protection of public interest,